This is my main office. This has been my editing studio, my photography set, and my work from home office for the past couple years. I've got a custom PC, 2 monitors, one that's 4K and one that's a vertical 1080p monitor, all to maximize productivity. There's also a full tour of this space from a while ago on my channel, so you can check that out for full details on this space. The unique aspect of this space is that it has to be viewed from the perspective of being a set. Since I do mainly tech product photography, this backdrop is perfect for many tech items. Lighting is the most important thing in this space. Going with a neutral black and white color allows for a wide range of products to be shot in this space. It also allows me to change the lighting and wallpaper to accommodate for any color of product, even pink. Since the last tour, I've made a couple of minor updates, the main one being the brand new 4K monitor by LG, and a vertical 27-inch 1080p Philips monitor. I chose a 32-inch LG 4K monitor because I wanted the screen real estate, and the resolution, and the color accuracy, and I couldn't be more happy with it. The Philips monitor was just a spare one I had laying around, so nothing particular as to why I chose this one, but as a side monitor, I figured there was no need for anything above 1080p. Whenever I do any sort of product photography in here, I often have to move everything around in this space. So I want to create a separate space dedicated to do my photography work. And on top of that, it being a separate space for me to complete any tasks that don't require a computer, just so I can have a change of scenery from time to time. Which leads me to my other workspace. So the only extra space that I had was in my bedroom. Naturally, I decided to put my new workspace here. I had to move my bed to the side, which made room for a desk that just perfectly fit in. And this is the space that I'll be showing you guys today. So let's start off with the desk. This desk is made by Effie, which is a local company here in Vancouver. This is a recycled bamboo top with white standing desk legs. This was actually sent to me from my previous setup in another home, so at the time having a standing desk was super important. The desk fits just perfectly in the space and I can barely move it up or down without hitting the walls. The sturdy bamboo top is super nice and is sustainable, but it does cost like 1,700 bucks Canadian, so I would not pay that price personally. The stand-up desk is nice to use for product photography from time to time. If I don't set my camera up high enough or low enough, I would be able to adjust the surface up or down accordingly. I had this desk laying around, so I ended up using it for the space, but if I was to purchase a new desk, I probably would have just went with something cheap like an IKEA tabletop and legs. What you've been seeing is my desk all organized. This is what it looks like more regularly. I've divided my desk surface into 3 sections: the decorative part, the functional part, and the nightstand. First, let's talk about the decorative part. The largest item on this desk here is the BenQ lamp. This lamp has quite the price tag at about $230 USD, and at that price, you better hope that this is a high quality lamp. It has a very large and sturdy footprint, and turns on with a tap on the metal circle, and has a button that can adjust the brightness and temperature of the light. There's no other fancy bells and whistles, just a good light with a sleek design. I do use this light to light my photos from time to time, and the large arm and 360-degree swivel helps a lot with that. It's bright enough to light up my entire room even in the evening, acting as a secondary night lamp. Huddled all around the lamp, I have a small fake IKEA plant that I've been meaning to replace with a real one, and I have this piece of wood from Taiwan that has a really unique smell. I'm not sure what the name of the wood is, but I'll put it on the screen here. On top of that, there's a black Google Home Mini that I use to set alarms and turn on and off my lights, and ask it for weather. I do just have a cheap candle here that I light from time to time. I also have a Meross table lamp, and adds another dimension to the lighting in the room. If you're looking for a Wi-Fi controllable nightstand lamp on a budget, I definitely recommend this one over the large BenQ light. Moving to the other side is the iSwift charging dock. It's just a nice pleasing way to plug in some devices on top of my desk. I have my iPhone and iPad cables plugged into here and routed underneath the desk through the cable hole up top. Anything I want plugged in at all times goes here. This is because underneath the desk, I have a Wi-Fi. I have a Wi-Fi controllable power strip. All of my lights are connected to this bar, so even if they aren't Wi-Fi controllable, like the BenQ light bar, I can use the Google Home Mini to turn it on and off. So beside the power strip on the table, I have two of my most favorite items on the desk. This coaster that I got from Banff, and this wooden globe I purchased from Vancouver Island. This globe is by ROKR, and it's actually a puzzle of laser cut pieces of wood. It took me around 5 hours to complete. It spins around and even has a magnifying glass. It's a purely decorative item, but something that I think adds a lot of personality to the space. Moving to the nightstand portion of the desk. This portion is not always there. Since I got rid of my nightstand, I needed a new place to put things that usually go where my nightstand is. I could use my window bay, but I tend to gravitate towards the desk. Usually it's just some moisturizer, muscle creams, and other nail clippers and stuff. But when I do keep things organized, these items go into the drawer, which comes with the matching desk. This was also sent to me by Effie. The quality of the build is amazing, using recycled bamboo and a metal frame, but the one weird thing about it is it seems to not let me open more than one drawer at a time. It locks up whenever one drawer is even slightly open. Maybe it's just me, but I do find that a bit annoying. Nevertheless, the top drawer has basically become my nightstand. The second drawer is just to hold a bunch of random tech accessories that I typically use for photo shoots. Things like mouses, iPhone cables, poker cards, etc. And last is just a bunch of random miscellaneous items like documents and an iPad keyboard. Probably should organize this a bit more. This keyboard actually is really amazing though. It was sent to me by ESR Gear, and I actually do like it a lot. I use it whenever I'm traveling or want to use my iPad as a computer. It's a good cheaper alternative to the Magic Keyboard offered by Apple. I tucked the drawer underneath the desk because there isn't any other room to place it. I usually pull the desk out a bit from the wall and push the drawer all the way to the back, which gives me enough leg room to sit down still. Back to the last section of the desk, which is the functional portion. This area is usually empty unless I'm working on something, or unless I come back home from work and decide to just chuck everything on here. Throughout the work week, random things like keys, earbuds, my water bottle, and a bunch of other random crap always begins to pile up. But every weekend, I usually need the space to do some work, so it does get cleared. Occasionally, I do some work in the iPad here, but its main purpose is for product photography. I keep a couple of backdrops that I use for photos in the corner of my closet. I do also use the tabletop wood background pretty often, as I find it provides a good backdrop for some more rustic products. In my other closet, I keep more random tech accessories that I often use as props for photo shoots. One day, I do want a more organized way to place all of my props, but for now, I don't quite have the space for it in my bedroom. And when I do decide to do some work at the table, I have a chair here also sent to me by Effie. I actually really like this one, and it's super comfy with lots of adjustable components for it to fit my needs. I typically prefer this cushioned seats over meshed ones, as I find mesh to be very itchy. So, one of my other favorite things here is this custom-made matte black pegboard. I actually had these pegboards from quite a while ago. They're made from Umbra and came in white. Since I wanted a matte black look, I just bought some generic black paint from Rona and spray painted the boards black. It was definitely a rush job, and as you can see, there are a ton of imperfections on the board and accessories, but I just call it a rustic look. I'm planning to maybe change it to a chargeable in the future, much like how Becky and Chris did in their video. Currently, I just have some photos I've taken, a pair of headphones, and some other random items scattered across. And then up on the back wall, I have 3 wall arts by Iconic. These pieces were the first product I received as part of a collaboration. They're simple and don't make the wall look so empty. And that's pretty much it. Hope you found this video useful. Any products mentioned here will be in the description below. I'll also make it pretty clear which items were sent to me and which items I purchased myself. Thanks for watching.